Hi, I'm Stacy, and I'm here today with Julianne, the founder of A Soldier's Wish List. Thanks, Julianne, for being here with me today. We're here to talk about Christmas for our troops. Can you tell me how A Soldier's Wish List started?
Sure. In 2003, my son was called up for Iraq. Went to Kuwait, came back, went to Iraq. And I wanted to be able to help all of them. But every group that I went to wanted my social security number or they wanted money. And I thought I could do this myself. So we have people like myself who just want to help. We want to give to them, give back. So I started it myself in 2004 and became a nonprofit. I started out with 4 soldiers out of Fort Riley, Kansas, and ended up with 60. And now we have over 298,000 combat troops that have passed through the website and over 120,000 adopters from all of the United States and foreign countries. And what we do is we connect soldiers, sailor, airmen, and Marines with people from either their home state, their hometown, or people that can fulfill wishes. There's lots of great groups out there, but we're the only group since 2004 that do strictly wishes. We try to fulfill wishes of anybody that signs up. We had a young man from St. Louis who is stationed in Iraq, and he asked for Emo Pizza. So we got 125 Emo Pizza and Pizza Hut pizzas, and we sent it to them. When he got them, the unit had just arrived from Illinois, National Guard. So they were able to eat all this pizza on his birthday, arrived on his birthday. We send Mexican food that was done by Ruiz Mexican restaurant. We sent that to Afghanistan to a young Marine. We sent a young Marine all the stuff that he'd asked for in Afghanistan, who is from St. Louis. And basically, our troops are from all over. It's not just St. Louis. Our troops are from all over. And whoever signs up, we try to fulfill whatever they want. Of course, we get some really funny ones. Had a young man ask for a Corvette.
Oh, wow.
But we got it for him. It was a remote control Corvette.
There we go.
And he raced it in Afghanistan because we sent him a pair so that they could have races together.
Right.
It's very important that these young men and women know that if they're in an area where they miss certain things from home, whether it might be saltwater taffy, chocolate-covered cherries, but things that are from their home area. We've had a young man that was from Guam, signed up, and I thought this was going to be very difficult. And me being from Hawaii, I thought, well, I can get him local food. The next week, I had a young lady from Guam sign up, so I was able to connect the two.
Right.
And this connection doesn't just last while they're on deployment. This connection, when they come home, these people that have adopted these troops have become part of their family. So they are there for the birth of the first child, they're there for the grandkids. It's become a whole world in itself. And we who do this, and I always say there's 6 of us who really bust our butts to get it done, but there's about 600 take credit for it, you know. But if it wasn't for Kathy and Jane and Patsy, I couldn't do this. I could not do this by myself. And Kathy Sanders doesn't like me bringing it up, but we call her the wrapper packer. Her and her family have wrapped up to 18,000 wrapped gifts for Christmas.
Wow.
Each wrapped gift has to have a bow on it, and each wrapped gift goes to separate units. This year we have about 2,200 that have signed up. We have a new unit that just landed in Afghanistan, and it's a chaplain's assistant with 800. We have a unit that just landed in up by Mosul, again in Iraq, and they have 1,000. We have Africa, we have Dubai, who are on the outside, we have Kuwait, and we have Qatar. So, and we have those on the ship. We have 2 Navy that are on a ship that are very lonely for just something from home. We have a Marine unit that just signed up yesterday. We've been waiting for them, and they ask for things. Now, the Marine unit will be assigned to a ship, but that's not where they stay. They could be on that ship for a short time and then have to go into combat. You have a lot of these guys that are doing medical triage. So we want to make sure everybody understands that just because the APO or the FPO might say Qatar, or it might say Kuwait or Africa, Any soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine serving outside the continental United States is in harm's way. And anybody who's out there trying to fight terrorism is on our list.
If people were interested in adopting a soldier specifically, or a soldier's child at Christmas time, how would they go about doing that?
What they can do is they can go on to our website, www.asoldierswishlist.org. On the right-hand side, it says Adopt a Trooper. They fill out all the information, and then I send them a soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine. Also, we do Christmas for the children of troops, and we have these soldiers that sign up, their kids, and then these families adopt them as far as sending them packages, so they'll have a package under the tree, but it's not from us. The soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine will write a note that is attached that goes with this gift, and it's from the father, because the father can't go and purchase these items in a combat area. So it gives that child a sense of camaraderie with his dad or his mom.
Right.
We have one mother who is away for the first time, misses her children a lot, and she's having a very, very difficult time being deployed in Afghanistan. So she asked if her daughter could be on this list. She's already been adopted. I mean, the kids are probably the first ones to go because everybody wants to be able to be a part of that.
Right. So do you receive letters back from the soldiers once they've received the gifts?
Not very often. Once in a while. And we don't expect it. And we always tell people, if you want to sign up and you expect to hear from them, or you don't get a thank you, then you're doing it for the wrong reason.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you a little story. I had a young man who signed up to be adopted, and this lady signed up, and so I connected the two. She writes to me 4 months later and says, I'm really sorry, I went on vacation, I forgot all about it, I'll go purchase something. 4 months later, I was so upset. I went out and I bought everything that was on Joshua's list. I sent it to him. His father wrote me a very nice email. Joshua was killed the week before he got those packages. So my pet peeve is, do not sign up if you're not going to follow through. Because all it does is it puts our men, we don't know what's going to happen with our men and women.
Right.
We don't know if they're in a safe zone now or not a safe zone later. Anything can happen, just like in life. So let's fulfill their wishes now so that we know that we've done our part. It's the least we can do.
Right.
They're doing for us, we need to do for them.
Right. Right. So tell me about Christmas for the Troops and what kind of items can be donated.
Sure. Christmas for the Troops is probably the most fun thing to do because we encourage the troops to be specific. We have a unit in Afghanistan that wants brown socks. We have a unit in Iraq that needed a microwave. We have, one of the biggest things that we collect are handheld games with the batteries, because on a downtime, when they don't have to do these missions, they need something to occupy their mind.
Right.
Because you can't go out and go do a mission and you're on high alert and you have all this tension going on and you go back, you can't, even with my son when he was there, you can't just relax. You got to have something on a downtime basis. So handheld games are very, very popular. Board games are very good. One of the biggest requests, and it sounds cute, is that new twin sheets with a pillow. There's nothing nicer, this young Marine told me, than to, after a mission, go back and lay in those clean sheets. It smells like home. It
Right.
gives them the feeling of being at home. In Afghanistan, we send foot warmers, hand warmers, slippers, any beanies for their heads, things that are warm that'll keep them. In Iraq, of course, it's a different kind of climate. So those we send cool ties, cool sheets. Like in Afghanistan, we send warm sheets. In Iraq, we send the cool sheets. Slippers. Slippers are a big thing. I guess they call them shower shoes, are a big thing for our troops, especially the women, because you run around in combat boots all day long. And when you're off a mission, to be able to get those off and wear slippers, or just to run around in. And another thing I'll tell you, one of our soldiers in Iraq, they were called out, they had an alert, and ran out of the building in his BVD underwear or whatever, and got on to be the gunner, and he still had his slippers on. Unfortunately, he was killed. But sometimes you just don't have time, and those slippers are a godsend. So we encourage people to, it's something so simple. And another thing I get a request for is marshmallow shooters. Have you ever heard of a marshmallow shooter?
The PVC pipe shooter?
No, but not those. These are
No?
the ones, Duck Dynasty has them. I just bought 2 of them. Duck Dynasty marshmallow shooters. And every year we send marshmallow shooters and marshmallows with it, or we send air guns. Another thing that's really popular is super soakers.
Okay.
They're going on sale now because the summer's over.
Right.
Super soakers because they use them on each other for games. And it's a downtime.
Right.
We send them rubber band shooters. Anything that to us is some of the stuff, it sounds like little kitty kind, but it's important. We also send, we sent this one unit a very large remote control truck. And what they did was the Department of Defense, you get these robots. They're supposed to go under in the PVC, the piping, to look for IEDs. And it was too big to fit. So this one unit asked us if we could send them a remote control truck. And we did. And they had a camera. They attached the camera to the truck, and then they remote control, and it went in there. So they could find these IEDs in there and protect our soldiers' lives.
Wow.
So the things that we don't think much about, or they come up with some great ideas, like chocolate. We send chocolate to Iraq, but we wrap it in newspaper. We put it in Ziploc bags because when they get it, it's melted.
Mm-hmm.
But they take their microwave popcorn and they pour the melted chocolate over it, and they'll put it out at night when it gets to 30 degrees in Iraq in the desert, and they got chocolate covered popcorn. So the ingenuity,
Very
they come up
creative.
with, very creative. And we
Right.
expect them to tell us
Right.
what they can use. Because if we just send them things that we think they might use, it depends on where they're at. The Marines may not need what the Army needs. And of course, Afghanistan and Iraq are very different.
Right.
So it depends on where they're
Well,
at.
and I did see that they like the Milo drops in the
Oh,
water
yes.
bottles.
Because you have to drink a lot of water in Iraq especially, those Milo drops are awesome because you can get different flavors. They're little, they're
Right.
compact.
Right.
We have what we call fillers. We ask for people, Halloween, give us your Halloween candy, because we use that Halloween candy for fillers to put in between the gifts. And the Milo flavored, all different flavors, they love them because they can put those in their pocket and carry it with them.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
those are very
Very
popular.
creative. All right. So, what about sending Christmas cards along with? Do they appreciate getting cards
Oh,
from,
very much so.
from us back at home and,
Yeah.
and showing our appreciation?
Very much so. And I think, especially for the children, for schools, churches, synagogues, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, we get a lot of them, and we encourage people. We have them coming in from Wyoming. I had them coming in from Japan. We encourage people to do those, write notes. Don't put anything in there that's going to be derogatory because they don't need to hear that.
Right.
But something on a positive level. But all
Right.
these come in and we put them in with each on, especially the chaplain. The chaplain's assistant in Afghanistan, a very nice young man. And they make sure that those troops that are coming through, especially the ones that don't have families or are not receiving any kind of packages, that they get something for Christmas. Each unit will get a 6.5 Christmas tree, artificial, all the ornaments that go with it. They'll have baked goods and Christmas cards. So
besides the items that we have on our list, are you in need of ornaments and things to send, or
yes,
are those donated?
we have all the trees we need because we got all the trees ready to go. The ornaments, you never can have enough ornaments because we have 2 women that are 2 different units, and they're in charge, and they would love to have ornaments so they can decorate
Right.
their area. So if people have, ornaments you're not using anymore, please donate them to us because we can put them in there. And your Halloween candy, just call us and let us know because we could pick the Halloween candy out.
All right. Now, the Halloween candy, a lot of times now, since we are going to start collecting on October 1st, as long as you get that by November 9th, you should be, that will get
Yeah.
to the troops in time. Is
Well,
that
and
correct?
last minute pickup, we can go up until the 10th, especially with the candy.
Mm-hmm.
But all that, we have, Fry Wagner are awesome. They donated a container. The container's in my backyard now, and we put the stuff in there, and the candy goes into huge boxes. and that goes in there. And that candy is a godsend because it fills up everything in there. So we don't have the movement of the packages getting shoved around, especially the microwaves. We take the microwaves out, we fill them full of microwave popcorn and put them back in and then wrap them. We have a guitar going to Lieutenant Peter McCain. He won't hear this, so he won't know. Lieutenant Peter McCain is getting his guitar. He is a very avid player at home, and his broke. So we're sending him a guitar. We have Jesus Alvarez, who's on his 4th deployment in Iraq. His tablet on a mission got broken. So we sent him early so he could communicate with his family. So we send him that. So
iTunes gift cards and stuff like
Oh,
that are very much
yes.
appreciated also.
thank you for saying that, because iTunes gift cards are so easy to send because they're small. And we put them in little packets with candy and stuff. But these guys love them. You can do gift cards and also the phone cards, the ones that AT&T has one that you can do for long distance, because some of these guys can use those. The thing that's really important is anything electronic. Any electronics that are small that they can use is really best.
And of course batteries, because
Batteries,
they need the
yeah.
batteries.
AA, AAA batteries are one of the biggest issues. That they can always use batteries, so it makes a big difference.
It's wonderful. You know, we have so many people they're protecting. 1% is protecting 99% of us.
That's right.
And this is all just small things that we can do to show them that we support them.
Yes.
So I would like to encourage everybody when they bring in their donation to also bring a Christmas card in, and just write a little note to our soldiers and let them know that we're thinking about them and we appreciate what they do. All of our items that we're going to be collecting, you can find a list of those on our website and also on our Facebook page.
I think it's important for people to understand something. I do have people that'll call me or talk to me and say, well, I don't have anybody in the military, or I don't support this war. I hear that. And our military tell us the same thing over and over and over again. They don't need to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They don't get to pick and choose what is a good war, what is a bad war. They raise their hand to serve their country. They go where they're told to go. So we as Americans need to support them, because they don't always get to go where they want to.
Well, items can be dropped off at any of our following locations. We are accepting donations at the JFK Community Center, the James J. Egan Community Center. We're accepting them at Florissant City Hall, the Florissant Police Station, and at our Senior Dining Center this year. All items will need to be received no later than around November 9th, November 10th, so they can be delivered in time. If you have any questions or anything about any of the items you want to donate, you can give me a call, Stacy Abbott. The phone number is 921-4250. And you can get in contact with Julianne. Julianne, where can they contact you?
You can notify me at soldiersmother2@charter.net.
Thank you, Julianne, for being here. And I want to thank all of you for your donations. We'll see you next time, and God bless our troops.